Catherine was acting weird when we met, and Dunyarzad.
It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else. How about by the Traveler's favorite bench?
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such...
After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival, I left the city and saw what the Traveler had. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha's control. Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the samsara.
So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad and the...
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you...
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently.
All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you say got it. I hope my answers were satisfactory. To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the Sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct enough.
Go and get some sleep.
What a relief.
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I here?
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened...
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance person.
We've spent quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali...
Astra Avisask.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions?
Commissions, huh? Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's academic...
Wait.
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears... In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some...
Hey, that's not any better.
I'm sure the mercenaries will...
Paimon's gotta ask. Just who exactly is...
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see...
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often.
Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Catherine wouldn't crack.
From when she said...
So it's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up, Nahida?
Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream. It was another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival, except in my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was...
You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone...
Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you...
No! We aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't... By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing?
Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by... But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are...
Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to...
So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages...
Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers!
Let's continue our chat here.
Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can...
Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now... I've already tried that. But all the key members of the Academia, even the core 30... It seems that from the very beginning...
Have you already caught the sage's attention?
I'm guessing not yet. But distrusting me would make perfect... In any case, I probably can't... No way, that's...
You mean it'd be too
No, it's not that. Doing that would be...
That's a good point.
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything... After all, every person is...
Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right?
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session...
Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick.
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sage.
You're saying we should recruit a spy? Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff
Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember?
Setaria. Paimon remembers now. We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. Paimon still remembers the smug...
I've always liked observing all kinds of people. And so she was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty...
The name Setaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth... The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and... But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, The star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
From the sound of it, Sataria's just hung up on the... But she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about...
Indeed. When they are present, she's suppressing a lot of guilt. But before she realized it, she had already become the sage's right. We must somehow make her face that way. Not only can we get useful intel from her, but from my past observations, Sataria will take a day off from the academia every tomorrow afternoon. Just have to prepare. This should be Sataria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
So should we ask the...
No, I already have enough information on Sataria. The most important thing now...
Talking style and...
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we get a fortune reading for him?
Of course. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savvy.
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Love prospects? The gods have spoken. One who is fated to cross your path will appear on... Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my divination?
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial...
Is that so? Well, that can't...
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit...
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
Yep, it belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Samaris. When I start talking with him...
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came...
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still...
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough Mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the
I see. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods.
No problem. Rest easy.
This should be our final stop. Cetaria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia. So
Nahida, you've really thought of...
it's my duty to protect Samira's...
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry?
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about...
Ah, that's right! I've always been... After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to study and perform...
What an admirable spirit for
Sure, but you've...
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to...
I see. Guess that makes sense. Well, good luck with your...
Thank you so much. As long...
So, was that everybody?
Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Cetaria.
What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Cetaria face her problems.
Cetaria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to I remember you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormuz are all making a fuss about the upcoming... Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be...
Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to take advantage of... Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
Well, King Deshret is long gone. And Cetaria is also too... If we simply engaged... But if we were to borrow...
So, you mean you're going to possess...
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply they've already converted to the faith of King Deshret. And then, as long as everything goes smoothly...
Ah, so that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people.
Exactly. So...
Huh? Best of luck!
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal.
Huh.
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them.
You're not wrong. It's always been painful.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up.
All right, then let's...
Here she comes! Satari is here!
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you.
Paimon's starting to... Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find out...
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook. Are you still listening?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about...
Okay then. You just seem to... Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they?
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you?
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you...
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work?
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods will... The gods are asking, Setaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone... home? Do the gods...
Setaria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. And, if I may ask, Nebbia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, King Deshret.
King Deshret? No wonder he would make such demand of me. Even though news of King Deshret's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia.
What insolence! I am King Deshret's most loyal believer. Do you wish to
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
Oh, she just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset, too.
Well done. Setaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
Aw, Nahida, it seems like you...
All I know are some abstract Harvard taught theories. And in any case, My time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything. Anyway, enough of that. Let's...
She's out of games now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away!
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Oh, right. Your old man's craft. How could I forget? Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Oh, that's good to hear. I have been thinking a lot about him. If I could... Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living?
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Let him know that recently, faith in King Deshret is taken. He has a quick temper, and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with...
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia, or... I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray King Deshret.
Akeem, you don't mean... You've also become a...
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this!
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. But once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything.
Come on! Sataria's already started talking with Shishan!
So, Shishan, have you like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Oh, right. Speaking of strange, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing...
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive?
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted...
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming... In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who works side by side with the Academia.
Please, please stop!
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her problems.
She can no longer justify everything to herself.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards! What should we do?
This is the most important part of all. Quick!
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matcha right away.
Please, try to remain calm, miss.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you—
King Deshret! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's—
Miss Sataria, nothing.
You know my name?
King Deshret is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the... You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you. Child of King Deshret, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of King Deshret. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the Sages. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it,
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research?
how do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of King Deshret?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance, please tell me, what can I do for—
How much do you know about the sages' current activities?
I was just one of the designers for the massed dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around this. But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city. And
To fight against the academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential?
it should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage, and I've been working on many— One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. Let me see. Let's use the most primitive method. Send someone—
The academia entrance. Wouldn't that be too...
Don't worry about that. I assure you, I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me.
All right, I trust.
So, if I were to
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the god of wisdom, maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to our side.
The Traveler's execution was ingenious. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Sataria.
Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? God of wisdom?
No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars. I've always believed that. That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to...
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup... If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able... After all, the academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness.
Yep. Exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's... Off? What do you feel is off? It's the middle of the night.
No, I think he's right. If you look around, There seems to be fewer people in the streets.
Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe...
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But now that we're here...
Well, regardless, as long... Huh. There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the Academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards. This hour of the night.
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the Academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
What? That guy's a Fatui Harbinger! We can't just leave you here!
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru! Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
This should be far enough. Paimon needs to catch her. Is the Ita going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. He called himself the Doctor. Remember Tainar? and that even the sages are weary of him. Yep. So, yeah. Now that the doctor's in the... But what are the Fatui after this time? Yeah. Things would be... Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the... You mean... Oh, right! Even though he turned... There's no time to lose.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you, all right. Take a look around. You've fallen right into our trap.
Are you mercenaries from the court?
Core of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the
The outcast? An outcast? But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll
You're
Following orders.
A new punching bag. Freeze.
Let it rain.
Don't get frostbite.
take that! Wind blade!
Cool it.
Come a little closer.
Dodge this. Freeze. Dodge this.
You're in for a little shock.
Freeze. That's close enough. New punching
Come a little closer.
Wind blade. Cool it.
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
This boat will be frozen in time. Cool it.
No one escapes my sights!
Dodge this. Cool it.
With the wind!
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenaries are? Yeah, looks like. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Did he predict that we would try to find Kainari? Going up against smart people. Traveler and Paimon, what are you two doing back here? Kale! It's nice to see you again!
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately. I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule.
Oh, Kale! Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to
Oh, Master Tainari? You just left the Avidia Forest a little while ago.
He left? But isn't Tainari up?
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all to leave in such Master Tainari originally studied in the Immortadash. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master...
A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research type. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI.
Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by...
Got it. Will do. See you. you're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining...
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the Doctor has shown that his technology... Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up, and I was facing the Doctor. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally...
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such a...
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything.
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about...
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the Doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean instead. He did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was... Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me.
What a relief. The Doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with us.
I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our... Also, the Doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a...
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Ugh, it feels like he's toying with us. Plus, the Doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make...
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack...
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party Stei?
Yes, I have. I can see the Traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced your destination. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't you come inside?
Okay, let's just...
Traveler?
Ah, it's Hypatia!
Ah, what a pleasant surprise!
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the...
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come...
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach part...
What do you think? My consciousness has already managed to make...
You did it? Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy when my consciousness made contact with the gods. Ah, what a supreme...
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to you. Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deep... My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connect...
You can do that?
I've never heard of anything like that, but... if you want to give it a try...
Hold on. I brought some Spirit Borneo with me. This is still a crucial part...
We're using that...
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you...
Okay.
Ready?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand.
The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounce the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladeer's memories? Everything. But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that had...
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy...
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no Peripurna life, but rather...
Ah! You! Why are you so mean to me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor?
Apasia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait. Have I... already lost my mind?
Wait, something isn't right.
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet. After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places? You mean you're conscious? Wait, then where is Nahida's
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown.
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Sir. Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can... Huh. Paimon knows the moon, illusions, and lies. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida was... But she isn't with us anymore.
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana. Does this mean that this...
Your guess is correct, but the situation...
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side.
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question.
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, all I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body? What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad.
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of...
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were... If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra. Now that you mention it, I knew the academia has never thought particularly... But I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant. The Doctor and the Balladeer. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. But then, what is the connection?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the Sage's goals. Right, we've pretty much...
I'll stay here for now. I still want... If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan... Come find me here if there's anything else.
Thanks, Tainari. We finally made it to Caravan Reebok. It's so, just past this wall. Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it...
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Over here.
Oh, Hatham went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him.
What the... Where did he go? How did we lose him?
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time?
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal fate. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the...
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into... Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the Academia? Wait, don't tell Pop...
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the Academia's hit list. I can't say that I did. However, had I wished to turn you over to the Academia, don't you think you'd already be the...
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. And these days, you're more... not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the divine... Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, which brings me back to you, and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the divine knowledge capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something.
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for...
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the Act, but that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the divine knowledge cap. No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on...
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But...
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert.
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Like...
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really so...
Sino. Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now.
Alhaitham, do not think you can escape my judgment.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here.
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist.
Seemed to me more like your own personal...
Who is that, Alhaitham?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino. Head of all the Matra at the Academy.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking an attack. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a thing. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand...
Has Alhaitham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Alhaitham, take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing is...
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about... Have you been given a mission that's... If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and reason...
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two! Ugh. What should we do, Traveler?
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here, otherwise these two are gonna...
Yeah, sure looks that way. 2 giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules, but how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you... Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so...
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly!
Someone's calling for us! Oh,
that sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you academic...
All right, stop yelling.
Well, this is... Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru Village.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's...
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow. She's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feeling. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have missed.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear.
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those—
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in While Alhaitham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did as General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I soon found that all leads and I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages.
So they really—
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain the vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold. They are meaningless to the Academia. I believed it would be wise to flee the Academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or—
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the same. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scared. Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why
When I was investigating the matter in the Academia, I overheard a conversation. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now,
Yes, I was indeed tapped.
Alhaitham!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this
a most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange that— So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold—
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people—
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting, so it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. You were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebot as well.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything. I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. After all,
You should be well aware, Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can also lead you to— Answer me this. Did the sages share any information?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the Academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad. And now you, Dia. I believe it's.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I. My situation is pretty straightforward. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to our village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to but then I saw these two random guys in the middle.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that
That's more like it. I missed you all so.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home.
Creatures? In the sandstorm?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's a...
The wind's died down. That means the sandstorm... Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright?
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried.
Whoa! Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the...
Yes. They just keep coming in waves.
Ah! Here comes an...
Leave this... I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Dodge this! Windblade! Cool it!
Come a little closer.
Freeze! Dodge this! Don't get frostbite. Cool it!
Come a little closer.
Windblade!
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
You're in for a little shock.
Dodge this!
No escape!
Cool it! What's the... Freeze! This moment will be frozen in time. Disappear!
spark things.
Dodge this! Wind blade!
Come a little closer.
With the wind!
Go, go!
Freeze!
The creature stopped appearing.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I am the chief of Aru village.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for...
I can't say they've always been common, but recently, besides sandstorms, we also occasionally...
Another effect. So, Irminsul's withering causes...
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single...
Village keeper? Who are they?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars, exiled here by the Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity. After a period of training, the academia believes that they're crazed mutterings.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying, but no one in the village has ever seen them leave.
I've had encounters with those people in the past.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty...
Oh, you're the former general...
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor But, is it really a good idea to tag along?
I'll be grateful for the assistance. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know. Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start? One of my former subordinates told me that the academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru. When mad scholars first arrive, initially, the people of Aru village greatly resented having to take in the mad. Aru village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around, suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green, despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night. All the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. After that, the people of Aru village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness.
The soft green light? A mad scholar? Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to—
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could—
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact—
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone... So, what do you make of the story? Really?
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely—
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her
No way! Nahida definitely exists!
I've spent many years interrogating criminals.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the—
That look in your eyes. I've never seen... How can this be? To think. Our Archon has been among...
Alright, now it's our turn to put our— But easier said than done. Especially since we don't have any leads.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find—
Huh?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak.
Is your grandpa a mad
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa.
The person you're referring to is not a local.
Grandpa is just Grandpa. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you got it.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on it. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was.
Whoa. Haven wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses.
Sorry,
All right.
Sino is super fit.
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you.
I had a feeling he'd go.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him. Isak's parents were both Eremite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised, unfortunately. It was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, one summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in... Isak was thrilled that his
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god while—
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing. As long as Esau keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for.
Hey, Isak! Oh, it's you guys! We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa. Really? Wow! Yeah!
All right. Let's—